In this video, I will share with you how we have this $1 million Edtech brand 1to10x.com based out of UK and USA to scale their revenue and train their sales team to grow their sales from 50 lakh per month to 80 lakh to 1 CR per month in just 4 months. Hi, my name is Achinde. I'm the founder of the Year Consulting, and we work with Edtech brands and help them to double their sales in just 3 months with our proven marketing and sales strategies. Now, before we jump into detailed discussion about this case study, let me be very clear. Now, I as a founder and we as a company do not take the entire claim and credit to help them scale to 50 lakh to 1 CR, because when you're talking about a company of that scale, there are other components as well. It needs to be working in a proper optimized manner to scale that fast. So therefore, yes, we did play a very crucial role in training their sales team, setting up those systems that help them to scale faster. But yes, we do not take the entire credit that we are the only ones who help them to scale this. So please take this case study in that way. Of course, I will share with you what were the challenges they were facing when we onboarded with them and how we helped them to scale that faster. Now, 1to10x is a $1 million company based out of London, UK, and they do have the office in California, US as well. They are a leading international platform when it comes to data analytics and Gen AI, and also they do have a partnership with Microsoft as well. So all the learners who will be going through the data analytics program, they will get the certification from Microsoft, which again is a very strong USP to have. Now, that being said, let's quickly jump into our case study. So here we are. Now, as I mentioned to you, this is a $1 million edtech firm, and they are based out of UK and US, specifically from London and California. They do have their office, but their sales team was operating from India, Delhi NCR. They were in Noida. So it started in December last week, 2024, where Ankit, the one of the co-founder of the company, connected with us and shared his vision of scaling the company, what they do, and we were very clear on how we can help them in going forward. So as I shared with you, it's a leading international firm in data analytics and Gen AI based out of London, UK, and California, US. Right. So they partnered with us to optimize their edtech sales, specifically the entire sales process. Now they were already doing good, as I mentioned to you. They were doing around 50 lakh, 40 lakh, and they were scaling very rapidly from 25, 30 to 40 to 50 quickly, right? So one help they were needed at that time was how they can scale it further, and specifically related to sales. They were not having any sales SOPs. They were not sure whether they're doing it in the right way or not, and they were spending a lot on their marketing, right? So that's where optimizing the process is very, very important, especially the sales part. Once the lead is in, how we are nurturing, how we are closing, and their closing percentage was not that great, right? So that's where we come into the picture and we help them to fix all these, right? Now let me share about their flagship programs. Okay, when we started with them, of course, now they have added more to it. So these are their flagship programs. So there are two data analytics and Gen AI programs, as I mentioned to you, in the partnership with the Microsoft. As you can see here, let me highlight that. And their flagship program include 6 month live international data analytics program, Microsoft certification with pricing of 3499 and $1,500, two different prices they were having, and then generative AI course. At that time they didn't launch, but after a couple of months they did launch this program too, right? And it's also into somewhere around 2000 $3,000, right? So their main challenge was they were not having a proper sales systems, SOPs, and before they wanted to scale further, as I shared with you, they were not sure whether they are doing the right way or not. And also at that time they were hiring some new sales team members, so they wanted to have a proper sales team, and so that they are trained on international high ticket sales. Now, as I mentioned to you, majority, even 80 to 90% of the sales are coming from US and UK markets, right? And we all know how multicultural, multi-ethnic, and there are different kind of people that are out there in US and UK. So it's very, very important to understand the mindset of those people, specifically. Like, there are a lot of Asians as well, but there were a lot of like Native Americans, the Nigerians, the Africans. So they're different, right? So there were different ethnicities that are living in these countries. So it's very, very important for somebody who is just working in India to really understand their needs, their desires, understand what exactly they are looking for, and how they can really pitch the program, right? So it was quite a challenge. Specifically, the trust issue was there, which I'm going to cover later, and that's what we were able to pinpoint, that the team was getting a lot of trust issues, because in the field of tech there are so many different companies promising so many different things, right? So how they can trust this company and how they are different from others. So I will cover that as well as we're going to move forward, right? Now, their acquisition funnel, quickly I will just cover how they are acquiring the leads. So they are running Meta and Google Ads, invite them to a 2-day boot camp, which they were doing every week. Yes, let me repeat, every week. So every week their team was having a lot of leads to work in. So within 7 days, 10 days, the team was working on those leads and closing those leads, right? So that's how they were in. And then they were enrolling for the data analytics program, right? Now the team size when they started with us was around 8 to 10. including of their UK and US teams. But later it became they doubled down on it. Somewhere around March and April, they hired more people to their team, as I mentioned to you, and they were pure freshers, absolute out of college. Okay, that's where training them and honing them for the international standard was really really important and very crucial. All right. Now, what about the key problems they were facing? So they were not having the right sales process and the clarity on how they can streamline their sales. They were investing a lot of money in their marketing. They were running their ads in US and UK, right? The ad cost is a bit on a higher side, right? Now, the team was facing constant objections. They were leaking money by not closing those sales. Specific objection was price, and secondly was trust issues. How they can trust their program and what guarantee they do have around it, right? And then they were not able to leverage their success stories, their wins, the testimonials, the community they were building for their learners. They were not measuring the right numbers, the sales KPIs, the metrics, right? They were not having a clear path how they can scale their business further, that specifically related to sales, right? And that's where we come into the picture, building that high performing sales team, fixing those loopholes, building that automation system around it, how they should, leverage the power of emails, nurturing, follow-ups, everything we covered in that, right? So in Jan they join our DC program, which is a 4-month flagship program of ours, specifically meant for Edtech founders who are doing around 10 to 15 lakh or 20 lakh. Even as you see, this 1 to 10x, they were doing around 50 lakh when they onboarded with us. So there are a lot of companies in our portfolio who are all doing more than 1 CR as well, and we are working with them and training their sales team. So in somewhere around first week of Jan, they started working with us. Now, what exactly we did for them? Okay, so we implemented our proven DC sales framework, templates to train their sales team first. Okay, how to have meaningful interactions, how they can prevent objections, and how they can handle the objections they were getting. Right. So we help them in building their sales SOP and sales metrics to take the right data, because there were three different kind of leads that they were getting. One set of audience who were joining their bootcamp, and they were paying some bonus amount, token amount, to join their program. Okay, there is a second set of audience who are just joining their bootcamp but did not depositing any money and leaving the bootcamp. And third set of audiences who registered but did not join the bootcamp at all. They were also not tracking how much the closing is coming from people who are not joining the bootcamp, how much sales are coming from people who are joining the bootcamp but did not move forward. They were only focusing on how many people who have joined the bootcamp paid the token amount to move forward, and then their sales team had a word with them and closed them up. So they were only measuring the category one, not B and C. So we help them to track these data as well, that hey, how much percentage of these leads your teams are able to close right now, how much percentage of leads your team are not able to close right now, right? So this is how, when I say right data, this is what I meant by that, so that they have absolute clarity. Okay, our team is able to close. Of course, the highest percentage of the people will be those who have paid certain token amount, right? But what is that percentage? What is that percentage of people who are not, joining the program, but they're not moving forward, joining the bootcamp in fact and not moving forward? So this was a unclear path they were having. So we helped them in setting up the sales KPIs for each sales team member, preparing the sales scorecard, and the entire process was optimized. Setting up the sales training and training their sales leaders and managers as well, because as I mentioned, they were hiring new people as well. So along with the sales team, they were also hiring the sales managers. So we set up the entire SOPs for them. What are the beginning of the day activities, middle of the day activities, and end of the day activities in which the sales team need to share the report every day. Okay, when I say sales team, I mean every member of the sales team, right? And we also train their sales team on high converting sales scripts. We prepare the entire documentation for them. We train them on, we did the role plays with them, we did the mock-up calls with them, we did the one-to-one calls with the sales team at an individual level. What are the good things they are doing, what are the areas they need to improve upon? Okay, so we train the sales team on how to ask better questions, so that rather than they sell, your prospect want to buy from you. Now we train them on different objection, as I mentioned to you. Price objection was one of them, and trust issue was another one. And we also help them in their follow-up system, how to have lead nurturing mechanisms, the email systems and all, the reminder system. Then role plays, mock calls, QC of the sales call. Also we help them to how to do the QC of the call, and how to set up that qualitative process as well when it comes to sales. So we discuss about the quantitative process as well, entire analysis, and along with the qualitative analysis as well. The quality of the calls are very very high when it comes to having the sales conversations. Now, did it work? Absolutely, right? They started with us on 3rd Jan, as I mentioned to you, first week of Jan. Within the first month, firstly, we understand their entire process. What are the loopholes? We set up their entire SOPs, sales KPIs, and tracking the right data within the first month. We implemented our DC proven sales framework to train their sales team on international high ticket sales, right? Because they were in the premium segment, 3,500 US dollars, 1,500 to 2,000 US dollars in terms of their pricing. Then in Feb 2025, we streamlined their sales process further and did one-to-ones with the team members, as I mentioned to you, role plays with them and do the mock-up calls, okay, to deal with those objections that they were facing. In March 2025, the revenue grew from 50 lakh to 80 lakh per month in the third month itself. And then in the fourth month, they further scaled it to 1 CR, where they also hired new team members as well, where we trained them up and helped them to hit the floor and starting the sales calls and start closing the deals. Right now, now what were the results? So this is what the co-founder Sishir has to say about their experience working with us and what were their results. Right. So let me just play this video for you.
Hi, this is Shishir Singh, co founder at 1 to 10x, a leading international platform for data analytics and GenAI. We started working with Dahiya Consulting in January 2025 to improve our sales team's performance. And I'd love to share the experience. Before that, our sales process lacked structure, there was no structured framework, weak objection handling, and follow ups were all over the place. After working with Sachin and Team DC, things changed fast. They brought clarity to every call, helped the team tackle objections and confidence, and introduced a proven sales structure that really works. Within just 8 to 10 weeks, we saw a significant jump in sales, which was good to see. What stood out the most? The training was tailored, practical, and hands on experience was given. Sachin didn't just train, he got involved with mock calls, role plays, and real time feedback that helped the team improve fast. If you are serious about scaling your sales without the usual fluff or guesswork, I highly recommend the Year Consulting.
So this is how the results were, and they were very happy with the work that we were doing with them. And absolutely, we also enjoyed working with them. One of the great company that we have worked with, one of the portfolio company that we have worked with, right? So there are many such success stories as well that you can find out on our DC wall of wins, which you can check it out www.theconsulting.com/testimonials, where you will find more such case study. Let me share that with you. Now you can see a lot of these case studies, the Bullsbury case studies there, Prakhar Consulting Group, how they almost 300% increase their sales in just 2 months. Make Intern case study, Master My Life case study, and Elite X Academy case study. There are so many case studies that we are having, right? And further, these are the actual screenshot of some of our clients and how they have been able to get the help in terms of their sales process, right? So this is what you can check it out by yourself and go through it. Now, what are the lessons that we learned from this entire case study? Okay, if you are a person who's into edtech and you are also have the aspiration to scale your company, but you are stuck somewhere around 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 15 lakh, 20 lakh, or even 30, 40 lakh as well, but not able to scale that further. So now 1 to 10x story shows that what's possible when you combine a unique expertise with proven systems. Ankit and Shishir both were able to achieve their goals of scaling their business beyond 1 CR per month, because it's a dream of a lot of edtech companies. Not only edtech companies, but a lot of brands to scale their company to 1 CR a month, right? A $1 million company. Now their team is further pushing to achieve more by implementing a framework that we have shared with them. Now my question is for you, those who are watching this video, right, as a founder. Do you also want to fix your sales challenges, marketing challenges, and transform your ad tech business in 2025? If the answer is yes, then here's something for you. If the answer is no, then I wish you all the best. The way you are doing what you are doing, go with the same options that you are going right now, and hoping that one day things will change. Hoping one day that things will transform automatically. It will not gonna happen like that, right? You need the right strategies and systems to leverage those to scale faster. So I'm sure you can do it by yourself as well by watching a lot of videos and all on the internet. But there is a proven system which can fast track your growth. If it will take you 1 year to scale, we can do it in within 3 months. That is 4x growth, or 4x more faster, or 400% more faster than your usual approach, right? So if you are someone who want to have similar results that we deliver for 1 to 10x, then I would highly recommend you to click on the link below to apply for a one-to-one consultation call with us, which is free of cost. You'll find the link in the description below. I invite you to fill out that application. Let us understand what your business is all about and where you are right now, where you are stuck, what kind of help you are looking for. Then one of our team member will reach out to you over a quick phone call just to find the alignment, to understand things better. And then one of our sales consultant will connect with you, understand your business, your vision, what are the loopholes, and provide you with a customized action plan that can help you to grow faster. Post that will be up to you whether you want to move forward with that action plan or not at all, or if you want to stay stuck like that, totally your call. But do join that call. One thing I can promise is this will be the best 40 to 45 minutes that you will ever gonna invest on your sales process, right? Specifically, if you're a tech founder stuck somewhere around 10 to 20 lakh per month in the sales revenue and want to move further, right? So with this, I would like to end this video. I hope you get the value out of this video. So if you want to be in our next case study, then make sure you click on the link below, schedule your sales strategy conversation with our team. I will see you in the next video.